Welcome to 3D Amazon FBA. Today I'm going to tell you guys about where I made the most money in the month of December, right in the middle, right before Christmas. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I was looking for in each store. So that way you guys can kill it in Q4 next year. Honestly, I still source at pretty much the same stores year round. Just during Q4, for obvious reasons, you bump it up a notch. You spend a lot more money in those stores, and I'll explain some of the things that went on with my numbers. So the big surprise is the 99-cent store. This is the 99-cent only store. I know there's all kinds of different ones and some non-mainstream ones that just call themselves 99-cent store. This is a 99-cent only store. This is the one where I've posted several videos about me sourcing there in the past. So this was my number one store. And as you can see, I sold 525 units from there. And nothing I bought from the store was over $10. They do have pricing of all kinds of ranges. It's not only the 99 cents. So I guess they can just say that 99 cents is how they end everything that they sell, because they sell a lot of stuff that's more than a 99 cent only. So anyways, in the 99-cent store, you can see I did $8,700 in revenue. So I actually did less revenue through this store than Walmart and Ross, but my profits were higher. Actually, let me double back. Walmart technically is still a little bit higher. For some reason, I inputted Walmart without the hyphen on apparently 79 different units, which is probably some of my replens that I've had for a long time that I haven't realized didn't have the hyphen. So technically, Walmart was, say, roughly $50 higher than a 99-cent store. But still, as you can see, my ROI is killing it, almost 91%. On 525 items sold. So here, the only things I sold from here was coffee, toys, tons of toys. That's mainly toys. And a little bit of grocery, mainly like hot sauce is, I think, mainly the only thing I sold there. But almost all of that was toys. I sold a bunch of variety of blind bags, mystery boxes, whichever term you use. Sold Huffy scooters. Actually, I take that back. The Huffy scooters were $14.99 plus tax. So I did go above the $9.99. I totally forgot. As I did the video, I made $270 of this number only on a waffle maker. I got there for $9.99 plus tax. And yes, my cost did include tax. I do input tax when I'm inputting my numbers. So this isn't like minus tax or anything like that. Tax is included in the cost of all my product from the 99-cent store. But yeah, so pretty much toys, the waffle maker, hot sauce, and coffee. And hot sauce and coffee may be at best as $100 of this profit. This is almost all toys. I sold a ton of plushes from there as well for really good profits. I did some videos on that, like a Darkwing Duck, Scrooge McDuck plushes, Vampirella plushes, but mainly a lot of mystery boxes and blind bags. Next is Walmart. Almost everything here was all replens, stuff that I sell year-round. I just bumped it up quite a bit. So most of this is actually grocery and apparel. Sold a lot of socks, a lot of children's underwear, sold a lot of, oh my God, so much grocery. Almost, I would say probably 500 units of this was grocery. And as you see, not very many returns, which is why I like selling grocery. I didn't really sell too much Christmas candy through the month of December. Now, on the 26th of December, I spent $1,900 on clearance candy between Walmart, Target, 99-cent store. I think that was it. I didn't go to Dollar Tree. I didn't go to Winco. But yes, this was almost all grocery. Next is Ross. I sold 430 items, 15 of them were returned, over $10,000 in revenue, and $2,100 profit. The ROI was pretty bad. Um, Here it was toys, almost all toys, some bras in there, some candy, not a whole lot of candy, but some candy from Ross. But it was almost all toys. And the ROI tanked a lot because I was sending a lot of big toys, like oversized toys, and Amazon has me ship all of those to the East Coast. So Ross is a highly sourced store. There's tons of YouTube videos about sourcing Ross, and there's a lot of opportunity for your prices to tank. And I experienced that because it takes a week for my product just to get to the warehouse from Bakersfield to mainly Pennsylvania, and I think Virginia was the two main places it was going, sometimes to Tennessee. So if I dropped off on a Thursday, it would usually be delivered Thursday or Friday the next week. And, with so much stuff going on in Q4, sometimes 3 or 4 days to check it in. So we're talking 7 to 10 days before the stuff leaves my house to get into the store. And that gives, my competitors a lot of time. I did have some bras that didn't sell that were about to get to long-term storage. So I not tanked the price. I clearanced out quite a bit of product that just didn't sell for one reason or the other, mainly price tanking. But, so my ROI was not the greatest there. I didn't really find any like major home runs at Ross this last Christmas. There was a few, but nothing I was really all that excited about. DD's Discount, which is also owned by Ross, was about $964 profit. So I sold about 181 units. I did hit a couple of home runs from there, but most of the stuff was around 40-50% ROI. Nothing too expensive except for Pygmy Pops. And a couple bras I sold for a decent markup, but it was mainly just stuff that I was making, $3-5 on per unit. So it was nothing really exciting, but it was steady. It generated more money than it cost me. And the two DD's Discounts that I go to primarily are right next to a Ross and a 99-cent store. So it's really convenient for me just to drop in there. So it was actually ROI-wise, it was better than Ross. So there's that. Next is Winco. So of these 218 units sold, it was 5 SKUs. And as you can see, I doubled my money. They were my best store based on return on investment. I actually have been needing to go back to Winco, but the last couple of times I've been there, I've received terrible customer service. And I'm really discouraged from going there. So the story between Winco is I don't know if you guys have them. I'm not sure if they're nationwide, but they're an employee-owned store, so they're not publicly traded. There's profit sharing and stuff like that for the employees. So I would basically go in there because I start my day off at one Walmart. Then I go to Winco on my way to another Walmart that's next door to a Ross. So I would go in there and I would buy the same, I think it's actually 6 SKUs. And I'd go in there and I'd buy 6 SKUs twice a week. I was dropping $300 every Monday, Thursday at Winco. So it was right early December, and I decided I was going to check some frosting, cake frosting. And it was in a bundle of 3, and it was profitable. I think it cost me $4.50 for 3 things of frosting, and I was going to make $2.50 to $3. And I was like, okay, I'll buy like 2 cases of each. I didn't want to go super deep, but I can have a pretty good return on my investment. And I was looking to add more SKUs because Ross, all the stores basically get the same thing. Replens at Walmart. So I was looking just to grow my SKU count. So the manager went and complained to the cashier about me buying 3 cases of frosting right at the main entrance. They had like 25 cases there, and I grabbed 3 of them. And I guess the manager got mad that I bought that much, so told the cashier, who I dealt with twice a week, it was always the same cashier in the morning, because I'd be there at about 8:15 in the morning every Monday, Thursday. And she's like, yeah, my manager says that you can't do that. And I was like, what do you mean I can't do that? And she said, you can't buy everything on the shelf like that because then we have to fill up the holes. And I told her, I'm like, don't you guys want me to buy stuff in your store? Like, I'm not very confrontational. I'm always real friendly with the cashiers. How are you doing? I try to shoot the breeze with them because I deal with them so much. And she's like, yeah, and you always come in here and you buy this and you buy that, and I have to spend the time counting everything. And I told her, I'm like, there's no one else here. That's why I come so early, because I know I buy large quantities of stuff. So that way I'm not holding up the lines. And when I go to the stores, I have everything nice, neat, and organized. I don't just grab stuff and throw it on there. So if I'm buying, I don't know, some barbecue sauce, and I buy a case of barbecue sauce, I put the one case on the conveyor belt, and then the next item, and it's so nice and organized. It takes seconds to count this stuff. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be an inconvenience to nobody. I try to keep everything nice and organized, but I want to buy this product. And she says, well, if you still want to shop here, you have to put in a bulk order with customer service. And I was like, if I want to shop here, you guys are threatening to kick me out of your store for buying stuff. But I was like, all right, whatever. Maybe this will be good for me. It'll save me 15, 20 minutes of shopping in the store. So I go to customer service and I put in a bulk order of one item. I bought 17 cases, or I ordered 17 cases of another item. I ordered 20 cases, and it was just the 2 items. I was comfortable with my stock levels of the other SKUs that I sell. And they're like, okay, we'll get it in 2 to 3 days and we'll call you. A full week goes by and I call them and they transferred me 6 times. And they're like, oh, we finally found your order, come and get it. And, when you buy full cases, you expect unopened cases and things like that. And the cases, everything was loose in the box, and I was like, did you guys order this for me? Or was this just what you took off the shelf and grabbed out of the back? They're like, oh, no, this is what we ordered for you. So one thing I ordered was comes in a box of 12, and they wanted to sell me 3 individual units of that item, and I sell it in a bundle of 12. So I was like, no, I don't want the 3. So in my opinion, they lied to me because they didn't even have full cases of what I was ordering. So then I tell them like, hey, plus the one item that I sell in a bundle of 12, they only had half. They were 10 boxes short. But I told them, like, can you just order the other 10 cases of this product? And it's like, oh, yeah, we'll call you in 2 days. We already know it's on the way here, blah, blah, blah. And they never called me for those 10 cases. So I haven't been back since. It's been a few weeks. I've actually sold out of everything I'd buy from them. And I need to go back and just go back to what I was doing. And if they get mad and kick me out of the store, then so be it. But, this is a lot of money for me to be stubborn about. And I need to just suck it up and go back. But this was off just 6 replens. And that's why I preach to everybody replenishable items, because you can just get money hand over fist if you find the right stuff. Next is Marshalls. I don't really do too much at Marshalls. I typically go in there only to buy shoes and socks. And I'll look around and see if there's anything else I want through the store. So you can see 5 units returned. Those were probably all shoes. My return on investment is terrible because with shoes, when they get returned, it really just is a massive hit to your business. Not to mention Amazon charges you like a fee for returns and things like that. I just sent in about 30 pairs of shoes I bought from there, so that's why my unhands are high. Shoes sell fairly slow. It's a week or 2 to sell shoes. So Marshalls, I'm cutting back on. I don't want to deal with the returns from shoes anymore. And so I'm going to really cut back on Marshalls. I kind of want to get out of the shoe game. During spring and summer, I'll sell like 1,000 pairs of sandals still. But as far as shoes, like I'm talking $100, $150 pairs of shoes, I'm thinking about seriously not doing that anymore, at least not very often. unless I just have a large budget that I can't find nothing at Ross and stuff like that. So next is Trader Joe's. I did a video about sourcing Trader Joe's before. So at Trader Joe's, you'll make $2 to $4 an item. It is highly competitive, and there are many, many, many items through the store. People are happy making 20% ROI on, just because they can kind of scare everybody else away off the item and just kind of own that and get that consistent money, because Trader Joe's products sell really high. But it's not worth my time to spend $3 and get 50 cents back or 80 cents back. So I cut back on Trader Joe's toward the end of the month, and I still made $254 with 60% ROI, so it really wasn't horrible. And Trader Joe's is a store I'm just going to pop into when I go to that side of town. Around October, November, when all their pumpkin stuff was in, I made it a point, and it was a mission to go to Trader Joe's once a week. And I'm dialing back now because it's a 20-minute drive for me, and I do just fine hitting up the stores within a 10-mile radius of me. But you can make money at Trader Joe's, but it's consistent $2, $2, $2 there. Chewy.com is a place where I bought a lot of pet food during Black Friday. And almost all of this was from Black Friday because they were doing 50% off hundreds of pet treats. So I went with stuff that I used to sell before the price tanked, and prices went up on the product too. So I made 95.37% ROI, had 47 sales. I did notice there's 2 or 3 things that I still sell even after Black Friday hit that was profitable. So I'm still hitting up Chewy's for a few replens. But yeah, so look out for Chewy's.com come Black Friday next year, or coming this year, because you can hit up some really good sales. Hot Topic, this was all Pops. I don't buy anything from Hot Topic besides Pops. I sold 39 units during the month of December, and I made $187. So that's cool. That's about, about $4 to $5 profit each. Let's check. 187.59. And how many divided by 39? So yeah, $4.81 profit on average. Now, some of those were online buys, some of those were in-store buys, but I'm happy to make $4.81 on Pops. Burlington Coat Factory was toys and bras. The ROI wasn't all that great on it. I had some price tanking on some really expensive toys. So, nothing real exciting there. It's one of my worst performing stores besides Marshall's as far as return on investment. But you can make money there, but it's not as good as Ross and the other stores I've talked about before. This wholesale account is my only wholesale account that I use. This number should have been much higher. They had issues with the people that provide them with their bottling, the packaging for their product. But this month, it actually was a huge blessing because I've owned the listing for the last 2 weeks, and I've sold over 200 units at $5.45 profit, I believe. So I've made an absolute killing this month on this wholesale account. So this is really exciting. I actually went to Los Angeles today. It's probably going to be tomorrow by the time I post this. I'll probably post this video tomorrow after I edit it. But yeah, so I went down for the second time in 2 weeks, dropped, I think it was $690 on product today. And when I went 2 weeks ago, I dropped, I think $1,300 and $1,200. No, I think it was $1,250, I think is what it was. But yeah, this wholesale account's been a godsend this month. TJ Maxx, I don't buy much at TJ Maxx. Their ROI was pretty bad. I only buy socks there primarily. Every once in a while, I'll buy some toys, but TJ Maxx is pretty much socks. Every once in a while, I'll find something else. Five Below, I've pretty much stopped sourcing there. I'll just go in every once in a while. I've been wanting to do a video on why I'm not sourcing there anymore. Just people apparently tank the prices real bad at Five Below. I had four different units throughout the Q4 area that I bought there. A game called Drop Mix, Mario Kart, Monopoly, and two different Descendants dolls through the course of Q4, and all of them saw huge price reductions within the week I sent them in. I think Drop Mix dropped $15, $18 within a week of the product getting to the warehouse. Mario Kart, Monopoly dropped, I think, $4 in the 3 days it took for it to get to the warehouse. And both Descendant dolls dropped about $15 each. They went from like $27 to $12 within a couple weeks. So I'm cutting back there. Apparently they're more sourced than I thought. And there's a lot of price tanking that goes on there. So this is just something I'm going to do whenever I have like a little bit extra spending money that I haven't been able to find product elsewhere. Because the only Five Below locally is right in between a Burlington Coat Factory and a Ross. So they're not an inconvenient place for me to go to. And the rest, these are just some shoes. For obviously, they're shoes, Skechers and Nike Outlet. And during Q4, I think I only went shoe sourcing once. But again, I'm cutting back on shoes because of the returns. But I still was able to make about $120. Yeah, $120 between the two stores after my returns. FYE, again, was only Pops. They haven't had any real profitable Pops in months and months. So, I didn't really buy too much there. Every once in a while, they'll have something good. And actually, I believe the 4 Pops I sold were all clearance. I think Captain Marvel and Judge Smells from Caddyshack. And because they were going for like $3. Pop in a box. So these were from blind boxes. Because I do a monthly blind box. Me and my kids enjoy doing it. And I usually can flip them on Facebook and make money, or I'll keep them. Like if you saw my pop video I made the other day, my Batman pops, the 3 Batman pops I got were all from there. But the main money one I got here was I had the Rock Band Rush. I got the 3-pack in a mystery box. And the mystery box cost me $30 a month, and I flipped it for $50. So I put cost of $10 on it, and I ended up profiting, I think, $30 on that one pop. And the other one, I think, was a Scooby-Doo pop that I was able to make like $3 or $4 on a $10 purchase. So everything else, nothing's really exciting. I just started using TA, and I had 2 sales from Walmart where I made 58% ROI. I did buy quite a bit of product over the next month at Walmart, and it's barely starting to hit the warehouse now. So, I got 69 units in stock now, and it's been selling. I'm also working on a TA technical arbitrage training video. It's something I'm working on when I have a little bit of spare time. In Target, I don't remember what happened here. This must have been Halloween candy that didn't sell, that I bought at full price, and it tanked afterwards whenever it all went on clearance. But yeah, nothing really exciting elsewhere. This is a shoe store, and this was a pair of Heelys that got returned over a 6-month period 8 or 9 times, I think it was. And eventually I just pulled it out and gave it to my girlfriend's daughter. Tuesday morning, this was a Minecraft pickaxe that the price tanked like $8 once I got it in the warehouse. And the previous months, I was able to sell it for like 50-cent profit. And I think they cost me like $8 or $10 each. And the dude had like 200 in stock. So I just got rid of it. Walgreens was probably candy. I don't source Walgreens very much. GameStop, this was Pops, and I never can find profitable Pops at GameStop. And you can see I had the return here, and that was a Pop I gave to my kids. I think it was General Ram or ROM. I'm not sure how to pronounce it properly. So yeah, this was something I gave to my kids. So let's hop over to the categories of where I was making my money. So here you can see toys. I sold 978 toys for a 62% ROI overall. I still got quite a bit of toys. I found a lot of clearance toys at Walgreens. I went in there for something random, and they had toys 50% off, and I bought a ton of toys, so I'm hoping to keep that going. Grocery, like I said, 1,133 items. I always taught grocery, 97% ROI, $4,100 in revenue, or in profit, excuse me. Kitchen, I find kitchen stuff here and there. I have some kitchen replens at Walmart, probably about 10 of them. I find a few kitchen things at Ross sometimes. So I made $645 there. ROI is not that great, but it sells and keeps money coming in. Apparel, this was mainly socks and underwear. Made $500 here. Pet products, this was a lot from Chewy's and a few from Walmart, but made about $400 there for 107% ROI. Shoes, like I keep saying, I don't want to do shoes anymore. Had 20% of all shoe sales returned in December for 24% ROI. Health and beauty, this is all clearance stuff from Marshalls and TJ Maxx. I forgot to mention, I do buy clearance beauty, health and beauty from TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So that was about 40% ROI. I'm not even sure what I sold in lawn and patio. I don't even remember, which is funny. But I sold 7 units, made $100. So that was obviously really beneficial to me. The 36 units, this is all Christmas lights. Yesterday, I sold about $180 worth of Christmas lights, and I think my cost was like $40 not even, maybe closer to like $35. So I made a whole bunch of money in lawn and patio yesterday, which is really nice. Sports, there are some socks that are in the sports category. I sold a couple basketballs last month, so 84% ROI for $94. Baby product at Ross and Didi's Discounts, you can get baby bottles, Dr. Brown baby bottles, and they'll cost $10, and some of them will sell for as much as $28. I forgot to mention that before. So that's probably what this was baby bottles. I sold a couple like Disney sippy cups. And yeah, everything else, there's really nothing too impressive. Found a few, actually, this was from my own video game collection. If you're starting out and you don't really have any capital, go through your apartment, look, see if you got any video games or anything like that you want to sell. I have a massive video game collection that I don't even use. My kids don't play video games very much either. So I'm slowly starting to get rid of my collection because, I want to buy a house next year. And if I can take that $30, keep buying more and more and more product, it's all good. So sold a few musical instruments from Ross, like a Toy Story ukulele or something like that. This was a Hello Kitty little fake camera thing I got, from the 99-cent store. So that was in the toy department. But yeah, so that's how I made money in December of 2019. It was a really good month, as you can see, a whole lot of revenue, a lot of profits, mainly toys and food, and everything else just kind of helped round it out a little bit. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I'm always happy to help you guys out. Appreciate you watching the video. If you guys can like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.